Hello! In this video I will show you and explain what the different PWM frequency and Expo settings do to the brake and throttle feeling on the Elceram nitride speedo. So let's have a look. Now let's have a look on the PWM frequency and Expo settings. Let's jump into setting, and immediately on the first screen you can see the throttle. So on the first one, when you hold, you can set the PWM frequency by 0.1 kilohertz. What this does, the higher the frequency on throttle, it will make the running of the motor smoother. This can be useful on lower grip tracks and if you want to have a more smooth feeling from the throttle. Whereas going to the lower frequency, this will do the exact opposite. For dirt astro, I usually run around 12K. On carpet, the mostly common use is 8K or 9K, depending on the grip of the carpet. And for stock classes, I would recommend starting at 2K to make the throttle the most aggressive and to have the most current flow into the motor. The Expo setting will change the shape of the throttle curve. So if we get into plus Expo, the throttle curve will look like this. Whereas if we get into minus Expo, the throttle curve will look like this. This means going to the minus Expo, you will actually have an exponential curve. So that means in the beginning the throttle will be smoother, and then getting more aggressive towards the end. Whereas if you go to plus Expo, the curve will start more aggressively. You will have a logarithmic curve and it will be more aggressive at the beginning, and then the aggressivity will be lower towards the end of the throttle. The PWM frequency and Expo setting will be the same for the brake as well. So going higher with the brake frequency, it will make the braking smoother. So the higher you go, the less the motor will kick when hitting the brake, which is mostly useful for dirt, where the tires can spin on the braking. On dirt, I usually use around 4K, whereas on carpet and astro, it is lower for me, between 1 to 2 kilohertz, depending on the grip level of the track. And regarding the Expo, it will have the same effect on the brake curve like I draw here for the throttle. So, going plus Expo, it will actually make the first moment of brake more aggressive. Going lower with Expo, it will make the first moment of the brake less aggressive. If I were to recommend you using some Expo on the brake, it would be to go minus for dirt, where you need the first initial feeling to be a little more numb for the tires not to spin, and maybe go a little higher on carpet, where you need the first moment to be a little more aggressive. So this is the explanation of the PWM frequency and Expo setting on the Elceram electronic speed control. If you have any more questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.